The real Koreans will eat it straight out of this bowl. What is bibimbap? Mixed rice. What do? We mix. The rule is that you have to take the most giant bites possible. I think I need a moment alone with my bibimbap. Hi guys, it's Rose and welcome back to Cheap Lazy Vegan and another recipe video. Guys, I know it has been a minute. It's been a minute since I've done a recipe or a recipe video. I do apologize, okay? I don't know where this year went. I really don't. But we are back and we are back with some awesome recipes that are coming your way, okay? Starting with this one. Today's recipe went absolutely viral all over my home country of South Korea, okay? This was probably the most viral recipe in Korea for like a couple of weeks. The thing about Korea is like when something goes viral, it goes crazy. Like literally everyone's eating it, everyone's making it, everyone's wearing it, everyone's doing it. And then it stops. And then the next thing goes viral. So this was super viral, even though I think it's just a traditional recipe, but it just kind of became popular again, okay? Today we're making my version, a vegan version of Bomdong Bibimbap. Bomdong, I've honestly never heard of this before this recipe, but I guess it's like a Korean spring cabbage that only comes out during like the spring. So today we're actually not going to use bomdong because I honestly don't even know if I can find it here in Canada. So we're actually using a different vegetable, but I'll also offer different options depending on the vegetables that you have available to you, okay? Honestly, I think you can probably make this with any leafy vegetable, but you kind of want to recreate that similar texture and consistency of the Korean spring cabbage. So I'm going to be sharing with you the options, okay? So before we jump in, you guys, as you may know, I host vegan group trips around the world, which is why I've been busy, okay? And this fall, very soon, we are heading to Greece and Portugal, okay, for two separate vegan group trips. We're going to Greece in September, which arguably is the best time to go to Greece because that's when it's like not as hot, but it's still hot and you can still enjoy the warm Greece weather. We're doing Athens and Corfu. It is going to be epic. It's going to be awesome. And we are going in September. And so you should come. And then after the Greece trip, a few days after, we're actually going to Portugal for the first time. Now, it's not my first time in Portugal, okay? I've been to Portugal before, but in 2016. Way too long ago. And so I'm so excited to go back because honestly, it is one of my favorite countries to visit, okay? So we're gonna be staying in Lisbon and Porto, and we're obviously visiting a bunch of must-see spots. It's going to be so fun, it's gonna be incredible, and also it's my birthday during the Portugal trip, okay? The last full day is actually my birthday, so if you wanna celebrate my birthday with me in Portugal, then you should come along, okay? And of course, if you wanna come to both trips and take advantage of that long flight to Europe, you can do that as well. So the links will be below. The trips are closing very soon. The Greece trip is closing like very soon. The Portugal trip is open for a little bit longer. So make sure you book now if you want to come along to Greece or Portugal in September and October. And hopefully I'll see you in Europe. Yay! Okay, now back to the recipe. So for this version of the Bomdong Bibimbap, we're actually going to be using baby bok choy, okay? Baby bok choy, one of my absolute favorite vegetables. It's so good, okay? It's so fresh. There's a lot of water content. It's crunchy. It's very satisfying. And apparently, according to Google, it is a good alternative for the spring cabbage, okay? But apparently you can also use butterhead lettuce, the inner leaves of Napa cabbage, okay? My choice is baby bok choy. I've already separated them. I've already washed them. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna cut these into slightly smaller pieces because essentially we're gonna be mixing everything and you just kind of want to make it a little bit easier, okay? You don't have to cut them into like super small pieces, just roughly chop them. This is like a really easy recipe. It's such a good way to eat a lot of veggies and it's so good, okay? It's so good. We're gonna just chop them easily, okay? And then put them into a big bowl like this. So bibimbap in Korean means mixed rice, okay? That's literally the direct translation. Bibim means mixed and then pap means rice, okay? So whenever you hear bibimbap, it literally means mixed rice. If you don't know, like traditional bibimbap, which I'm sure most of you guys know at this point, okay? Traditional bibimbap is with like a bunch of different types of veggies that you cook and it's actually like a labor of love. Okay, there's a lot that goes into traditional bibimbap, but it's like, it's too much. You know, I've got a couple of easier, lazier bibimbap recipes on my channel and on my blog, so I'm gonna link those below. Like I have a one pan bibimbap, which is like more traditional bibimbap, but using the same similar vegetables, but like easier and lazier. This one is even lazier because we don't have to cook the leaves, okay? It's like a fresh veggie bibimbap. And if you've never tried fresh, like raw baby bok choy, I think you're missing out. So we have chopped the lovely, why can't I speak? It's been a while since I filmed a recipe video. So now we have chopped the lovely baby bok choy into kind of just slightly smaller pieces. If you're lazy, you can also just like rip it. Okay. Now, this is the most important part, is the sauce, okay? Oh, before that though, what you wanna do is make sure, okay, that you have rice ready to go. Okay, I got rice already cooked in the rice cooker because this recipe itself, other than the rice, doesn't take that long. Okay, now for the sauce. Okay, for the sauce, it's very different from traditional bibimbap. Once again, we're not actually using gochujang, which is usually what we use for bibimbap. Instead, we're making a different sauce using gochugaru. Gochugaru is Korean red pepper flakes. This is the flake powder version of gochujang. Okay, so gochujang is the paste. Gochugaru is the flakes. Okay, it's the powder. You can find this in any Korean supermarket. So we're gonna add quite a bit. Okay, don't be alarmed, my friends, don't be alarmed. Then we have some soy sauce. Last time when I tried it for the first time, I used dark soy sauce, which was great. This time I'm gonna try regular soy sauce because I just feel like most people have regular soy sauce. And I'm just trying to make the ingredients as accessible as possible. Next is rice vinegar. You could also just use regular vinegar. Next we have some garlic. Koreans, we love our garlic, my friends, okay? We need a lot of garlic. Next we have what is this one? Wait, what's this one? Ooh, I know what that one is, okay. Next we have Korean crack. Do you know what it is? What I like to call Korean crack, which is roasted sesame oil, okay? 참기름, okay? This is a must, okay? You need, just scrape it, okay? It's gold, okay? Then we need some kind of sweetener. I'm using allulose, which I got in Korea. It's very popular, kind of low calorie sweetener, but you can use sugar, you can use maple syrup, you can use agave nectar, you can use whatever sweetener you have, okay? By the way, all the measurements, everything listed below in my blog. So now we want to mix it. Now I wish I had gloves. Okay, see, this is why. You know what I'm gonna do? This is not, I need to buy cooking gloves, but I don't have any, so I'm using a plastic bag. This is preferred method, okay? Koreans, we prefer to use our hands. Already smelling so good. This is a healthy recipe too, so you can, you know, feel good about eating this. Here we go. Whoop, whoop. Okay, I wanna try a piece. Oh my God, it's already so good. You could literally eat it like this, okay? But it's a bit salty. But if you wanted to make this into a salad, you could do the exact same thing, just add a little bit more baby bok choy so that it's less salty, and then it would be a fantastic salad, okay? But we're not making salad today. Honestly, you can just put rice in here, mix it, call it a day. But we need some protein, guys. So for the protein in Korea, eggs are used. So usually it's like a fried egg, but we are vegan over here, and I'm gonna show you the best alternative for eggs, okay? You will not even miss eggs when you make this. I'm gonna show you a higher protein and completely cruelty-free alternative to eggs. And what are we using? Tofu, of course! Guys, we are using tofu, my favorite plant-based protein. I'm telling you, when you pan fry this with a little bit of oil and a secret ingredient, this becomes a fried egg without the cruelty. So I have here some extra firm tofu. You can use anywhere between medium firm to extra firm. I find actually that medium firm works really well as a fried egg substitute because it's kind of like, it gets nice and crispy on the outside, but slightly like soft, you know? I like to just cut it into very flat rectangular shapes, okay? You don't have to be perfect. Okay, we're gonna break these up anyways. You can also cut it into smaller pieces if you want. This is just the way that I do it. Now, the thinner you make it, the more crispy it's gonna be on the outside. I find that this shape is easiest to pan fry as well. This is my favorite method of cooking tofu because this is just the easiest, okay? So now we have a pan, it's heated nicely. I'm gonna add some oil. You don't need a lot of oil. I'm just using a very small amount, you know, cause, you know. But if you want to, you can add more. The more oil you add, the crispier it's going to be, okay? So it's up to yours. But I think it's nice with just the minimal amount of oil. Then we're just gonna add our lovely pieces of tofu. People have this like obsession with eggs for protein, and I'm like, girl, tofu is higher in protein for less calories, okay? I mean, not like that much higher, but it's still higher. So the trick with this tofu is to cook it for a few minutes on each side. You kind of have to be a little bit patient, which I am not patient, okay? So I end up flipping it back and forth many times, but I would say maybe like a good 2 to 3 minutes on each side on like medium-high heat to make it nice and golden. And also, if you're actually making this at home, I would do this right after I make the rice. Okay, so rice first, let that cook, make the tofu, and while the tofu's cooking, then you can wash the bok choy, cut it up, make the sauce, mix it together, because that part takes a very short period of time. But yeah, let's cook up the tofu. We'll see you in a bit. All right, it's been a couple of minutes. Now let's see what the tofu looks like on the other side. Do you see this? Do you see the goldenness? Honestly, I could have cooked it for probably a few more minutes as well. But as you can see, it turns nice and golden. Oh, I just love it. It's so good, okay? This is genuinely how I cook my tofu. Like, I would say 85 to 90% of the time, because it's just so easy. Again, we're gonna cook it on the other side as well for another couple of minutes until it becomes nice and golden on the other side as well. Now, look at this. It is nice and golden on each side. That's what we want. So I'm gonna turn the heat off. Now at the very end, this is the secret sauce, okay? This is kala namak. This is black salt. This is completely optional. You don't have to use this, but if you want the tofu to taste a little eggy, I add a little sprinkling of this at the very end. Okay, now the reason why I add it at the end is because when you cook it, the eggy taste kind of goes away. So you want to add it at the very end and just sprinkle on just a little bit on top, and just use it in place of salt, okay? Because this is also salt, right? But again, if you want to skip this part, you don't want the eggy flavor, just use regular salt. Just a little pinch of regular salt. You don't need too much because, you know, the sauce is already flavored, but I like to add a little bit of salt, okay? So I like to do kala namak to kind of replicate that eggy flavor. And I do this all the time with this type of tofu. And if you do this, I swear it tastes like you're eating like fried egg, okay? Here we go, like that. There's our protein. Now, other protein options could be beans, okay? You could do lentils, you could do beans. Honestly, you could do whatever, okay? But tofu is the best alternative, in my opinion, for this recipe. All right, now we can finally put it together, and thank God, because I am starving. Normally, I would just probably put the rice straight in here, add the tofu, and just mix it up, but I gotta take pictures later, so we gotta do this in a little bit more of a civilized manner, okay? The real Koreans will eat it straight out of this bowl. You wanna use a big bowl, okay? I made 2 servings, so we are gonna put it into a 1 serving bowl, but again, you can mix it in here and then serve it up, okay? This is just a mixture of white and brown rice. I'm using short grain rice, okay? I highly advise using Korean rice, which is short grain or sushi rice. So this is already cooked. We're gonna put it in here. Oh my God, mouth is watering, okay. And then we're gonna add our lovely bok choy, which is wilted a bit. There we go, add a good amount there. And then of course our tofu. Now, what did I say? What is bibimbap? Mixed rice. What do? We mix. You can break up the tofu and then we mix this up. Definitely wanna mix it with a spoon, okay? That's the Korean method. Mix with a spoon, just kind of mash it all up. I mean, is it the most aesthetic looking recipe? No. This is what you eat sitting on the living room floor in front of the television, shoving your face, okay? My mouth is watering, so let's try a bite. The rule is that you have to take the most giant bites possible. Cheers! Oh my God. I don't know how to explain it. kidding me? I think I need a moment alone with my bibimbap. I'll be back. Well, I inhaled that. That was absolutely delicious. That is gonna be on the regular rotation, okay? It's so good. It's simple. You can switch up the greens if you want to. Again, I use baby bok choy, but you can use Napa cabbage, the inner leaves of the Napa cabbage. You could use butterhead lettuce. Honestly, you could probably just use whatever greens you want, okay? It's absolutely delicious. So I hope you guys enjoy this as well. Make sure you check out my blog post linked below for the full recipe and all of the measurements and everything. And of course, give my blog post a 5-star review because those help me a lot. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up as well. Of course, subscribe to this channel for more vegan recipes. I have more exciting viral recipes coming your way, so stay tuned and make sure you are subscribed. Guys, thank you so much for watching and for being patient with me whilst I went gallivanting around the world. And speaking of which, if you want to gallivant with me and travel with me in Greece or Portugal or maybe both, make sure you check out the links below for both of those trips. If you want to come along, they are so much fun. The group trips are one of my favorite things to do now. Make sure you sign up for the trips. And once again, they are closing soon. So don't miss out. And hopefully I'll see you in Europe. Guys, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.